Hi, I'm Ayan,
And I'm Sid.
and you're watching Every Car.
Fun fact, did you guys know that the last vehicle to be sold with a carburetor in America was the Jeep Wagoneer in 1991? It was stamped with a final edition badge as a token of its last year of production. It turned out not so final. However, Jeep did come back with the Grand Wagoneer name as a full-size top-tier SUV.
Speaking of Jeep, today we're going to be talking about the Jeep Renegade. This is going to be an interesting release because the car that this segment is in is a very competitive space. It's going to be going against the likes of the Skoda Kodiaq, the Kia Seltos, as well as the Hyundai Creta. The powertrain in this car is equally as interesting. There's one thing that this car offers that none of the competitors offer, and this could help make your decision about the car. In my opinion, this car is very different compared to the other cars in this segment. So let's get right into it.
Now let's first talk about the exterior of the Jeep Renegade. It should come with the typical 7-slat Jeep grille. If you look at the front fascia, it gets very smart looking LED lights which are round in shape. The car should also come with the Trailhawk version, which should get black claddings all around the car, which should really make it look smart. The Renegade should start with about 16-inch alloys and go up to 17s. The Renegade gets a very boxy American look, which will make it really stand out from the crowd. It's a very smart looking car. It's got that typical SUV-ish look that you would expect from, the typical old school SUVs like the Qualis or the Endeavour, which means it's properly boxy. The Trailhawk package for the Renegade should also get front door hooks, which look really muscular and make the car a very good looking off-roader. The sides of the car should also be quite distinctive. As I mentioned before, it should get that boxy look to it. The Renegade continues having the same tow hook at the back, which again lends it a very muscular look. At the back, it also gets very distinctive square LED lights, which make it look very good.
So this car gets a part digital gauge cluster, which is okay because that is also what most of the other competitors offer. It should also get a 7-inch center display with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which are always welcome features in the car. In terms of the interior materials, it's supposed to have very rugged feel to the car, and that is expected from Jeep. There are a lot of grab handles around the car to support the off-road centric capabilities of the car. It should get an all black interior, but if you decide to upgrade to the higher trims, you might get some red stitching as well. Another great feature which is welcome is a leather wrapped steering wheel, which is going to be great to hold in the hand. You also get great safety tech in the car, so you get 7 airbags, ESC, hill hold control, and rear and front parking sensors.
Hi guys, so we had a small request from you. We're very close to getting 100 subscribers, which is 10 subscribers away. So please do consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the bell icon at this video. It would really support us. We want to reach that 100 subscriber goal as soon as possible, so please do consider subscribing.
In terms of the engine, you get a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder with 180 horsepower and 237 Newton meters of torque. The other available engine option is going to be a 1.3 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with 177 horsepower and 284 Newton meters of torque. The car also gets a 1.6 liter multi-jet engine from the Maruti S-Cross. It should get a 6-speed manual or a 9-speed automatic gearbox. Now, something that is different about this car that is not in the other cars is that you get, of course, your front wheel drive in the car, but you also get all-wheel drive, which is not offered by any of the other competitors and could make your decision about this car.
Now let's come to the all-important what we think of the car segment. It again is one of those cars that competes with the Kodiaq and the Taygun, which means it's not as big as say the Creta, the Seltos or the Hector, but it's not as small as say the Ford EcoSport or basically the subcompact SUVs. Another car that we tend to miss out a lot that it competes with is the Duster, but we really don't think it's a relevant car in this segment. No one buys a Duster anymore. One very important factor for buying this car will be the 4-wheel drive system. If Jeep does choose to provide the 4-wheel drive system, it'll be revolutionary. There is just one other car that's providing 4-wheel drive in this segment, which is the Mahindra Thar. And if Jeep also provides 4-wheel drive, then it should be amazing. Maruti has been teasing the Jimny, which is their small little off-roader, for a long time, but there are no actual release dates or expected dates for the Jimny in India as of now. So I think in the segment, there's just this Jeep, the Jeep Renegade, that's going to provide 4-wheel drive. Now, when we compare it to the Thar, which is another car in this sort of price bracket, which gets 4-wheel drive, it's more off-road centric than city car. I mean, Mahindra has gone to great lengths to make sure that it appeals to city dwellers as well. But the Jeep is built in such a way that it can be driven around in the city comfortably and do a little bit of off-roading once in a while. One thing to note with the Jeep Renegade will be that if you're expecting features like 4-wheel drive, expect the price to be high. Like we told you, expect the price to be between 15 to 25 lakhs, and that's quite expensive for a small car.
With all of that being said, the EC score for this car is
7 out of 10. Now, we've given it a 7 out of 10 and we've deducted 3 marks from the EC score for 3 different points. So the first point is that the interior tends to be plasticky, even in like the slightly higher trims. And if you're going to pay such a premium, I think you would expect a slightly premium interior, like less plastics in and about in the car. Another con with the Jeep Renegade is that it's going to be very expensive. At 15 to 25 lakhs, expect the price to be slightly higher in that price bracket, and that is very expensive for a small little car. Another point why we deducted the EC score was its reliability. It does use Fiat engines other than the Multijet, and Fiat engines are not exactly the most reliable engines. The MG Hector uses a similar Fiat engine, and it has gotten a lot of cases of just spontaneously combusting in the middle of the road. So we do have to see how reliable the Fiat engine really is. Although a lot of cars like the Tata Harrier, the Tata Safari, the MG Hector and the Jeep Compass are using this particular Fiat engine.
Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do consider subscribing down below. You can check out our last video up here.
If you want to watch some of our other videos that we made on its competitors, click here. If you want to watch our video on the Kushaq, click here. And if you want to subscribe to our channel, click here. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Goodbye.